think it should be fine. Yeah, you're setting up your meeting. Okay, this is good. This is good. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So now I can share my screen. Okay, Hare Krishna. So we're going to start second canto. Wow, second canto key. Jai. And first chapter. First canto was a beautiful journey, and you all have been studying. Thank you for that very nicely. That's very good. I can only focus on certain themes which are important, but in order for you to understand and develop the deeper understanding of the subject, study offline or studying offline is very much required, because at the end of the day, your goal is to learn this subject very nicely. Everything that is presented, there is no end to it. So the more you study, the more you like to study. That's how it works. Would be more and more. Can you all hear me? I hear something. I'm still audible
Yes,
or
Prabhu.
something
Yes,
changed?
we are able to hear and also see.
Okay. I'm seeing it says that your audio speaker changed to the default. I said, okay, let me check. So thank you so much. Is there anything else you all want to share before we get into the discussion? Any experience of the study that has been going on? Anything?
Yes, Prabhu. So it's been wonderful to read the
Nice.
Association of Devotees every day. And yeah, and thank you for enabling this opportunity to us. And
No, I'll go ahead.
no, no, I'm just saying that I don't know what is the plan for the exam. And we have been doing some homework too. So I submitted the first one. There's still some more to submit, and I have completed yet to submit. So I can do that too. Maybe I'll let others to share what their feelings are.
Yeah, it's very nice reading that because I attended maybe 50% of classes, not all the things, and it was very nice, and we are able to go through all the purport and all those things. And regarding exam is concerned, next to source to 2 Sundays, I'm not sure because I'm here in New Orleans. 22nd, today is first, no, 8th. 22nd, I should be okay. If everyone is okay on that, 22nd for sure I can take it.
I have really no choice. I'm fine with whatever date you all agree.
Yeah.
Really, it's your call.
Mm.
Whatever
Uh,
date works with
yeah,
everybody, I'll be more than happy to
yeah, I'm good with that.
manage.
I've already submitted the homework, Prabhu. I think
Okay,
I
so
shared.
22nd is very good then. Then
Yeah,
let's plan
yeah.
for 22nd.
And then I think you should have got my homework. I have submitted
Yes.
all three, which were required for this. So,
Then we should go and do the exam.
okay.
That would be, some quantitative progress.
Okay.
Exam is the one that we need to award you the certificate, which is really very good. Once you become Bhakti Bhava, then
So my issue is next Sunday we are admitting Jaya in the hospital, means for the thing, and I think next Sunday and the following Sunday I may be busy with that.
yeah, no,
No, Prabhu,
understand,
that's
Prabhu.
fine.
So 22nd for sure I can take it. Yeah.
Sure,
Thank you,
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
and I think we are all good with that.
Thank you. Thank you. So going back to the discussion that we have been doing. So first canto ended up having a theme of discussion that is going to be continued to next of the Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj has met Sukadeva Goswami, and Parikshit Maharaj is very submissively presenting his question. So in 19th chapter, we saw these three verses, which we'll take today to give a good background. What is the theme of the discussion? And then after that, we'll get into second canto, first chapter. So in 19th chapter, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, Tatasya va priksham imam viprikshe visrabhya vipra iti kirtyatayam sarvatma sarvatmana miryamanas chakirtyam shudam chatatra amrit aviyuktah tatasya va priksham viprikshe. Oh, great saintly personality, I would like to, Priksham, ask you what I would like to ask you. Kritya Atyam Sarvatmana. What is the duty for everyone, Sarvatma, Sarvatmana, for everyone at all circumstances? And Miryamanesha Krityam. More specifically, can you please tell me what is that duty extended to that person who is about to die? So Parikshit Maharaj has been cursed to die in 7 days. So he's asking, and Acharyas have given very extended commentary. Let's see how Parikshit Maharaj is asking. He's not saying that, okay, can you please tell me now I'm going to die in 7 days, and I know you have come here just for me. And everybody who is assembled here, all these great personalities who are assembled here, all of them have just come for me, and I have to die in 7 days. Just very quickly tell me what I have to do, so that after 7 days, when I die, I go back to home, back to Krishna. That's not the mood Prakshit Maharaj is showing. Even at the time of death, he's saying, Kritya, Kritya, Atayam, Sarvatmana. Please tell me, what is the duty for all living entity in all circumstances? And more specifically, tell me, what are the duty for Miryamanayasya Kirtayam? What is the work, the duty one should do who is about to die? Atah prikshami shamshidhim yoginam paramam gurum purusha iha yat karyam miryamanas sarvatha. He says, Atah prikshami shamshidhim, with, with full devotion, with full surrender. I'm begging, prikshami, I'm begging. Yoginam paramam gurum. Oh, spiritual master of all the yogi, of all the great saint. He's saying that I'm with due submission. Some Siddhim word has been used here. With due submission, with due surrender, I'm requesting, I'm asking, oh spiritual master, Paramam Gurum, the spiritual master of the spiritual master, you can say that. Translation Prabhupada has given a spiritual master of the great saint, Yoginam. Please tell me, Yat Karyam Briyamanas Sarvatha. What is the duty? Again, he's repeating the same question. That is for all person and for one who is about to die. And then, Yat Srotvayam Atho Japyam Yat Kartvayam Narvihi Prabhu Asmartvayam Bhajanani Ayam Va Vrhu Yadva Viparayam Viprayam. So he's not only asking what should be the duty of a living entity in all circumstances. He's also saying, please tell us what he should hear, Srotvayam, what he should chant, Japyam, what he should do, Kartavyam. Oh, Prabhu, oh dear spiritual masters of the spiritual master, please tell what he should be remembering, Asmartavyam, and what are the other spiritual activity he should be engaged in. Engage in. Va bruhi, va bruhi, yadva viparayam. And also tell what he should not be doing opposite to all of it. Viprayam. Viparayam. Opposite to. So what he should not be hearing, what he should not be chanting, what he should not be doing, what he should not be remembering while he is practicing devotional service. So his question has two elements. First, vidhi, and second, he's asking nisedha, what he should not be doing. So with that background, the second canto begins. The first step in God realization. That's the title Prabhupada has given. And in this chapter, first, Sukdev Goswami is appreciating Parikshit Maharaj. Thank you so much for asking such an excellent question. And after appreciating Parikshit Maharaj, Sukdev Goswami starts talking what should not be done. What should not be done. So he gives series of verses where he says what one should not do. And then after that, he tells him what one should do. So second canto start with the discussion of what one should not do. And then after that, he tells what one should do. And in that process, he starts, since the question was very broader, it was not applicable only to Parikshit Maharaj. If Parikshit Maharaj would have asked that, okay, tell me what I have to do, I'm dying, then Sukadeva Goswami would have just tell bhakti, just chant name of Krishna, focus on devotional service. But that's not how he asked. He asked a very big, broader question. So the answer has to be also very broader. His ask is not only concerning him, rather his ask is concerning all the mankind. That is the position of Parikshit Maharaj, such a transcendental person. So from second canto, Sri Sukdev Goswami starts talking. So what he says, Sri Sukha Uvacha, Variyan esa teh prashnaha, kritaloko hitam nirpa, atnavat samatah pumsham, srotavya adishu yah. Beautiful. Variyan esa te prashnaha. Prashna means question. The question that you have asked is Baryan, is glorious, is 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 excellent. Why? Krito loka hitam nripa. You are not only asking for yourself, but you are asking how the lokahita, how the other living entity, nirpa word is being used here, other kinds of people, they would get benefited. Atnavit shamatah pumsham. And how they would get benefited? By hearing it. The answer that I'm going to give you, by hearing this, all other living entity will be benefited. Atmavit shamataha pumsham. And what you are asking is excellent. It's not only my opinion, he says. Atmavit samtaha, all the personalities. So don't stick too much with the translation. Translation is there, but I will expand and give you a little bit deeper understanding of particular verse. This is a very beautiful chapter. So I'll dwell on this chapter verse by verse. So he says, Atmavit samtaha. It's not only me telling you that the question that you have asked is Baryane Sate Prashna. It's not that I'm telling you that the question that you are asking is very glorious, excellent question. Rather, rather, Atmavit Samataha, all the knowers of the truth, all the self-realized personalities are Shammataha, Shammataha. If you do Sandhi Vichit, Sam. They are Mataha, they are aligned with what I'm saying. So your question is excellent. I would like to little bit see how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented on this verse. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying in the 10th chapter of second canto, so second canto has 10 chapters. Sukdev Goswami begins by describing in 3 chapters how this scripture originated from Narayana. So we'll hear Srishti, how this material world, because this is the first step in realization. He is starting that he's explaining the understanding of the universal truth, this universal form of supreme personality of Godhead, starting from his feet. So in 3 chapters, how this scripture originated from Narayan has been mentioned. And the next chapter, the excellence of bhakti is described. And then next 3 chapters describes the conversation between Lord Brahma and Lord himself, where the Sharga element and Visarga element has been very nicely mentioned. Very technical chapter. This canto is very technical. It talks a lot of technical aspect of creation of this material world. And then next chapter describes the questions of Parikshit. And next chapter describes the instruction of the Lord to Brahma. So this Chatusloki verse will come in this canto. And final chapter describe the 10 characteristics of the Purana, Bhagavad Purana especially, Srimad Bhagavatam, and what are the subject that these cantos are going to talk about. So Vishwanath Thakur says that in this canto we are going to have 10 chapters. The first chapter, the process of meditation on the parts of universal form, such as the feet, practice in Ashtanga Yoga is described. So first step in God realization. The universal form is described starting from Lord's feet. That is the first step. Title is chapter, first step in God realization. Furthermore, since the question that is being asked and why Parikshit Maharaj questions is appreciated or are appreciated by Sukdev Goswami. Why Sukdev Goswami is saying that what you have asked is Varyan. What you have asked is very glorious. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is helping us understand why this is Varyan. He says, Vasudeva Katha Prasna Purusham Trin Punatihi Vaktaram Prikshakam Srotyam Tat Pad Salilam Yatha. So as Mother Ganges, when she is coming from the toe of Lord Vishnu, emanating from the toe of Lord Vishnu, is passing through the upper, middle, and lower planetary system. And she purifies the upper, she purifies the middle, and she purifies the lower planetary system. Likewise, the question that you have asked, the answer or the questions that you have asked, the person who is talking about it, the person who is hearing about it, and the person who are inquiring about it, all of them will be benefited. So that's why this is excellent question. So what's the order? The order is given Vaktaram. Person gets purification in the order they are presented. So Vaktaram, the one who is talking gets more purification. Why? Because that person has to prepare more. That person has to dwell time. That person. So I have to make PowerPoint presentation. I have to read, purport. I have to understand what, discussion is going on. So I'm more indulged into it. I'm spending more time learning, understanding this subject. That's the reason I like teaching it, because this gives me more opportunity to deep dive. I don't know who will ask what, think from different perspective. So that's how Shastric study should be done. No rush, nothing. Okay. Normally, either my Bhakti Shastri course or Bhakti Vaibhava course, I take more time than the time allotted. And devotees, sometimes they say that Prabhu, someone will say that this is taking too much time. Someone will say that Prabhu, thank you so much. So our intent here is to learn, you know. So he says that Vaktaram, the one who is speaking or preacher, he is getting more benefited. And then Prikshakam, the one who is asking. Because in order for you to ask right question, you have to hear the discussion very carefully. Then you can ask right question. Otherwise, you would ask something which is not going to align with the theme of the discussions. So in order to ask something which is very, very pertinent, very, very important, and in order for you to ask also, you have to have the query. Oh, Prabhu, you said that this question is Varyan Prashnam, but this is not. Can you explain me why? Shantavada Thakur is saying why, right? So there are answers and there are understanding of anything, any doubt that is coming. So he says that a speaker gets more benefited than the person who is asking, who is inquiring. He gets benefited. And then Srotayam, people in general who are listening, they get benefited. So what you are asking is benefiting to everybody. That is why the question that you are asking is Garyan Prashnaha. It's a very glorious question. Then he says, Sutavya Adini Rajendra, Grinam Shanti, Saharsaha, Pashyatma Atma Tattvam, Griheshu, Girha Medina. But a person Atma Tattvam, Apashyatam Atma Tattvam, a person who is not striving for self-realization. All of you, all of us are aspiring for self-realization. But he says, Apashyatam Atma Tattvam. He is not inquiring about ultimate truth. Tamsoma Jyotirgamya. My dear Lord, you gave me everything. Now what is next for me? The person who is not asking, Girhesu Girhamedinam. He's residing in a girha, in a family. And what he's doing? He's girha medi. Whole day he's working, and in night he's enjoying sex. Again, he's getting up in the morning and working hard and hard and hard. Yesterday, I was quoting the song written by Natan Das Thakur, where he says, Adhane jatana kari dhana tyaginu. I'm working so hard, so hard, so hard, so hard for what? Adhana. Something which is not even wealth. What is not wealth? This material accumulation, he says, is not wealth. and dhana tyaginu. And the life span that I have been given, I'm using it to accumulate a dhana, and I am losing the opportunity to make something which is worth dhana tyaginu. I'm sacrificing the dhana. What is the dhana? Gaura kirtana rase maganana hoinu. I'm not enjoying, I'm not doing kirtan of Gauranga. I'm not doing kirtan of Radha and Krishna. And that's the dhan. So that dhan I'm letting it go and working very hard for adhana. This Girhamedi and Girhastha terms are very important concept that will come, and we as a uh, devotee, aspiring devotee, Prabhupada said that as long as at your house you have temple of Radha and Krishna, and you are working around Atma Tattvam, self-realization of yourself, you are always engaged in devotional service, you are Girhastha. Okay, so this we are not, at least technically, we are not Girhastha. We are not Girhamedi, sorry, we are Girhastha, because we are not staying in the house and enjoying Bisaya Bisama Bisa, Satata Khainu. And what I'm doing whole life, I am drinking the poison of sensual pleasure. Bisaya Bishama Bish. Such a beautiful way to express it. Bisaya Bishama Bish Satata Khainu. All the time, every minute, I'm drinking this poison, Bisham poison, very, 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 I know, a strong poison all the time. So, Giramedi are those who are doing that, but Grihastha not. My dear devotees, don't underestimate yourself. You should not think that we are ordinary human being, or we are. No, if you look at your life, you are doing tons and tons of sacrifice. You should be going somewhere else today, but you will go to Radharani's kitchen, cook prasadam. You should be going somewhere else, but you will go to kirtan. You would be doing somewhere else, where you will go to the houses of devotee. So here Sukdev Goswami is saying that Nirnam Shanti Sahasraha. The person who are Giramedi and who are not aware of, who are not seeing their self-realization, for them there are thousands of subject matter for hearing. So he has started saying what one should not do. This is what we are hearing. Nidraya hriyate naktam vyayena cha vyah diva charthe haya rajan kutumb parne nawa. Nidraya hriyate naktam. This person who are apashyatam atma tattvam, who is not sure of their self-realization, nidraya hiryate nakatam. They are haryate, haryate means losing, haran, being taken away. That is the mood. So nidraya haryate nakatam. Their night is going in sleeping. And bevayena cha vaya, engage. Vaya means being, the duration of life is being taken away by sexual indulgence. Diva charthe haya rajan. And their day, oh Parikshit Maharaj, kutumb bharne nawa. Their day is being taken away because they are busy in making money to maintain their kutumba, their family. Perfect Giramedi example. But Grihastha's life is regulated. Grihastha is living a regulated life. Okay. And then beautiful verse comes. Deha apatya kalatradishwa atmasaneshu shatashwapi tesham paramato nidhanam pashyam api na pashyati. This is beautiful verse. I love this verse. I have once given class on this verse. So deha patya kalatradishwa atma shaneshwa asatashwapi tesham paramato nidhanam pashyam api na pashyati. Deha, what he is doing for maintenance, for maintaining the family members, he is very much attached to Deha, body, me. Prabhupada said, me and mine. Pataya, apataya, his extended family, sons and daughters. Kalat, wife, Adiswa, etc. He is Atma Shaneshwa Satashwapi. He is creating a soldier. The word that is being used here is Shaneshwa, Shena. So he is creating an army of his own, which are Ashatwa. Satasanga Chari Kaile, Asatange, Satasanga Chari Kaile, Asata Vilas.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
what is the wrong in that? Because he's taking care of his family.
No, Grihastha's taking care is different, Prabhu. So we'll talk to that point.
Talking
We have to take care of our family as a duty. But the goal is not, your goal is not to, or nobody has a goal to take care of the family. Your goal is to, you are Pashyati Atma Tattvam. You are the one who are seer of the absolute truth. So for a bhakta, for a devotee, not only chanting is bhakti, not only reading is bhakti. For a devotee, taking care of family is also bhakti. Person who is devotee of Krishna, their presence help, just example that maybe Neha or Ratan is not doing as much as I would like them to do. But when they see me or when they look at me, they know that my Pitaji will be very happy if I show him some spiritual qualities. And then to make me happy, she would always, or they would always do something. They're thinking about spirituality. So, Prabhu, there is a huge difference between the environment around a devotee versus environment around a person who is not devotee. Taking care of family by a devotee is also bhakti, because because you would say I eat only prasadam, everybody has to eat prasadam. See, they are getting that's this verse is that's what we are talking about here. That's what exactly we are talking about here. Vaktaram priksham srotayam. If you extend this thing, what it's saying, whoever is associated with the devotee, Shama Vadar, engage in devotional service. So this is not applicable to Grihastha, a person whose aspiration is to be devotee of Krishna. This particular series of verses are talking about Griha Medhi. No, Medhi also means pole. And what happens is that in that pole, they tie cow with some rope. Okay. And then the cow is grazing and moving around. Okay. And the cow is moving in a circle in a very limited space. So Girha Medhi is like that. Girha Medhi is tied up. Their main focus is their sense pleasure. Their more focus is how to maintain my family members, and they are geared around that. They're moving around that. But Grihastha not. Grihastha is doing taking care of their family as a responsibility, but they are tied, their pole, their center of attraction is Lord Himself. They are doing everything around Krishna. Is it clear, Prabhu?
Yes, bro, very clear.
So we are don't. That's why I said in the very beginning that devotee of Krishna although live into the house with family, sons and daughter, but they are not Giramedi. No, Prabhupada said Girhastha, Banprastha, Brahmachari, Girhastha, Banprastha, and Sannyas. These are the ashram. So as long as we are following the conduct, we are living in an ashram. You know, Brahmachari phase is gone. We are in Girhastha phase. Soon we'll move into one prastha stage where we'll now at some point when our sons and daughters are settled and they don't need any support from us, they are independent, then we are detaching. That's our goal. Prabhupada has very clearly said. So we are not caught into all of this. We have, superior goal. As long as that goal is there, we are protected. Okay, Prabhuji. So Sukdev Goswami further continues that what is happening is that Deha, Apataya, Kalatra, Adishava, all of these extended family, sons and daughters, and wife, he is creating again Giramedi. He is creating Atma Senashwa. And this has been, explained by Acharya that sometimes people think that, oh, money can save me. Sometimes they think that the power that I have can save me. Sometimes they think that family members that I have, they can save me. So they are trying to find all types of excuse to escape death. Tesam pramato nidhanam. Tesam pramato. That person pramato has so much attachment to the family life. Please, it's being very explained here. So much attachment to the family life that in nidhanam he is not able to see. Nidhanam pasyanapina pasyati. Although he is seeing his destruction, but he is not believing in it. Nidhanam here refers to destruction. Pasyanapina pasyati. Although he is seeing, but he is not believing. And how to explain that? We were young, very young. I remember my, childhood. Then or all of us, grew up. Now we are adult. We are dwindling down. So the destruction is happening. Soon, when we dwindle, we become old, the body has to meet with death. But Nidhanam Pasyanapi na Pashyati. A Giramedi is so attached that is not seeing the destruction that is coming next to him. So I just wanted to a little bit build on that. There is a beautiful discussion that is happening in fourth canto,
Prabhuji, may I
25th.
ask a question?
Uh,
Can I ask a question?
yeah.
So here, it is said that they still do not see their inevitable destruction. Is that just talking about the bodily destruction?
Yeah, overall destruction. Yeah, the body is going to be destructed. That's gross destruction. But soul is also going to get into a cycle of repeated birth and death. So that destruction is for both gross and subtle. There is gross destruction, which is bodily destruction. Body is going to meet death. But subtle destruction is also that soul is caught into bhavsagar, samsara.
Hmm.
So, but he is not able to see that. But as a devotee, we have a value system. And what is our value system? We are not this body, right?
Mhm.
So we
But I
are
mean, these people have no knowledge of the soul. If they had the knowledge of the soul,
exactly,
they would not be doing all this, you know. So,
exactly.
mm,
So that part, why they don't have knowledge, that's not the issue of anybody else. Living entity have free will.
yes,
Now, if somebody ignores hearing about it, somebody doubts, oh, I don't believe in it, that's their problem. They are using their free will in the wrong way. But that's why Shastra is teaching. That's why Sadhu is teaching that no, 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 you should not ignore this teaching that is presented. That's why Sukdev Goswami is appreciating Parikshit Maharaj, because what you are asking is Varyan. Why? Because whoever would hear this, they would come to know what is the truth. So Nidanam Pasyanapina Pasyati is applies both to gross and subtle destruction. Gross destruction is destruction of the body, destruction of everything that belongs to that body, the wealth that belongs to you, all the wealth that we have accumulated, the name and fame, legacy that you have after, and and everything that is associated with that body. That is gross destruction. The bodily destruction, identity destruction, snatching away, going away from the family, wealth is being snatched away. All of that is gross destruction. But the subtle destruction is that the body is caught, the soul is caught into cycle of repeated birth and death. This life you have human form of body, next life it might be lower form, animal form. You don't know. So is it not destruction? That's destruction. You are losing your human identity and accepting a lower identity. Is it clear, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is clear. I was only stuck because it says although sufficiently experienced, probably sufficiently experienced, um, they do not have any experience about the soul transmigrating. But yeah, gross definitely you can see it. Even the um, I don't know.
No,
I
very good. No, very good. Very good. You're catching a very good point. So, although sufficiently experienced here doesn't mean that that person has sufficient experience in Shastric understanding. That person has sufficient experience seeing other people dying around, seeing other people who have worked for wealth and how they have left their body.
yeah.
So that type of experience is being, the material experience is being talked here. Are we not going through the disease? We as a devotee, when going through the disease, we also say, the old age itself is a disease. That's the, statement I most of the time say. They are also going through that. So that type of experience, the experience of seeing destruction. So this tesam paramato nidanam pasyanapina pasyati, although that person has sufficient experience, that experience is not on a spiritual platform. That experience is on the material gross platform, seeing everything else being destructed. A rich man is on a boat. He can only go on that boat, a very luxurious boat. He can only go because he has money to buy. But what happened? That boat sank, drowned in water. Now everyone on the boat, all the rich people on the boat, they got killed. What killed them? So he is seeing all that, the animals are being chopped and killed. He's seeing everything around him is being destructed, meeting there. And that's why, I wanted to cite this verse here. Okay. There is a reason that I pulled this verse to answer the same question. So let's talk about this one. This is the discussion happening between Yamraj, Yaksha, and Pandavas. So Pandavas were very thirsty. I'm sure you would have heard that story. And they would go to a lake. There was one tree on that lake, and Yaksha was residing on that. So whoever would go to drink water, in fact, it started with Nakul that, my dear brothers, you all stay here. I'll go bring some water. He went. Then Yaksha said, stop. Before you drink water, you'll have to answer my question. And he would ask, can you tell me what is more surprising? You
Mhm.
know, there are 64 questions that they ask, and he would not answer, but he would still resist and drink the water. As soon as he'll drink the water, he will die. So Nakul came, Sahadev came, Bhima came, Arjun came. All of them would see their four brothers. They drank the water, and they are right there sleeping because they could not answer. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj came, Dharmaraj Yudhishthir Maharaj came, and Yaksha asked, can you please tell me what is most surprising? What is more surprising than Yudhishthir Maharaj says, Ahani, Ahani, Bhutani, Gachantiha Yamalayam, Shesha Asthavaram Ikshanti, Kimashraryam Ataparam. Ahani, Ahani, Bhutani, Gachantiha Yamalayam. Slowly and slowly, Ahani and Ahani. All these living entities are meeting their death and going to Yamalayam, going to Yamloka. Not Goloka, Yamloka. Sesa Asthavaram Ikshanti. And whoever is remaining here, they think that they will stay forever. Sesa means rest, remaining. Asthavaram means who is living on this material world. Ikshanti, they are desiring. Sesa Asthavaram Ikshanti. They are desiring that they will stay here forever. Ki Mastaryam Athaparam. What is more surprising than this? Okay, so this is what is being referred here. The sufficiently experience is answered here by Yudhishthir Maharaj. That they have experience. They have experience. They are seeing. Ahani Ahani Bhutani Gachanti Himalayam. They are seeing their devor. They are seeing person next to them living, going. But still he thinks that he is going to continue here. And there is no more surprise than this. So I was talking about this verse that Prithu Maharaj is talking. He says, Griheshu kuta dharmeshu putra dara dhan arthadhi na param vindate muddho na param vindate muddho bharmayan samsara vartmashu. The destruction that you were asking. He says, one whose intelligence is fixed into false occupational duty, such as Girahamedi, who are living a household life and enjoying with their putra, dara, sons, wife, and wealth that he has acquired. Na param bindate mudho. Narad Muni is saying to Parikshit Maharaj that this murha, the word is being used, do not know that there is transcendental good. Rather wonders brahmyam samsara vartmashu. Rather wonders in different bodies. So that was the point I was, making. The gross destruction is that he has to wander in different body in material existence. Why pashyan api na pashyati? This is a beautiful story. Gautam Buddha, Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha. Prince Siddhartha was highly protected. His father, when he was born, it was predicted that this person will become a great saint. You know, he is Lord himself. And if he will see certain thing, he would have very huge impact on his consciousness and he would leave everything. So make sure that this person never sees any suffering of any living entity. So Prince Siddharth was given all the facility, you know, a smiling, beautiful lady around him all the time. And they all were told that all you have to do is appear to be very happy around him, very, very happy. Whatever you do, you smile. So he was fully facilitated with all the environment around him that was letting him see only good things, happy people, richness, everything. He was not allowed to go out. So he thought that everybody in the whole world is like that. But one day he requested that he would like to go and visit his kingdom. He would like to, since he has to, one day become the king, definitely he should know what's happening in his kingdom. Who are the people who are residing in his kingdom and how do they do? So he went. He was allowed to go. And then he saw that was one person met death, one person was died, and their relatives were taking that dead person for the funeral. And he said, "What is this?" He asked, What is that?" Then the Sharthi, chariot driver, he said that this person has left the body and he is going to be burned, burnt, and his family member are carrying him to the funeral place. Oh, he died. That means I will also die. So, Pashya na pashyati. What is the real seeing? We understand that from the pastime of Buddha, Siddhartha. Siddhartha saw, oh, he is dying, I will also die. Further, he went away and then he saw a very wretched, very poor, very old man bent. He was so old that he was bent and he would walk with the help of a stick in his hand. So he was so weak that he himself cannot walk. He need that stick to walk. And he was very, you know, weakly walking. He was not able to hold himself, but he was walking with the help of a stick. Siddhartha saw. At this point, he is still Prince Siddhartha. What is this? This man has become old now. Sounds like he's pretty old. He's very old. And he is so weak now because of his age that he needs a stick to walk. He cannot walk. Oh, do I also have to become old and weak and wretched like him? The chariot driver said, yes, everybody has to be like that. Pashyan api na pashyati. What is called pashyati? Lord Buddha said, okay, then everything that was presented around me was hallucination. It was created, artificial creation around me to convince that there is no death and there is no suffering. Janmritu Jara Vyadhi. Those things exist. And then he left in the night and went for the search of absolute reality, absolute truth. So, Pasyanapina Pashyati, the example is given what is called seen and what is called not being seen. A person who is seeing day, night, left, right, everything, but still he's not willing to change. Mind, this and that, still too much attachment. Tesham pramato, too much attached, finding the reasoning and cause that that's how I can survive. But real seeing is the seeing the way Lord Buddha or Prince Siddhartha is saying. That doesn't mean that we should also leave our family. That's not the teaching. That's not the teaching. Many of us came to Krishna consciousness when we were married, we had sons and daughter. Our topmost responsibility is to make sure that they are protected. Otherwise, we are running away from our duty. That's not the teaching. But teaching is that understand that there is something higher. There is something higher that we have to do. And what is that higher thing? So the Goswami is saying, Pashyatam Atma Tattvam, not apashyatam. Pashyatam, see the goal of your self realization. So the context that we are going through right now, Sukdev Goswami is explaining that that what one should not do. He will continue few more verses, and then after that he will say what one should do. Okay, so we'll start from here in next class. He's concluding Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagwan Ishwaru Harihi Srotavya Kritavyasya Asmartavya Chekchat Avayam. Say Ikchat Avayam. Therefore, O Bharata, O King, Tasmad concluding Sarvatma, for every living entity, it is prescribed that they should srotavyaha, they should hear, kirtavyaha, they should talk the glories of Supreme Personality of Godhead, asmartavyaha, they should remember whom? Bhagwan Ishwaro Harihi, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we'll continue from here, but I would like to stop here and see if there is any questions, any realization anybody has before we adjourn. That's why Bhagavatam, extremely beautiful book. It's really, it's written for
Yes.
us to. Huh?
It was very powerful today, Prabhu. Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Mm. But I think it goes to the basic teachings like Lord Krishna in his initial teaching to Arjuna. The second chapter says that, yeah, first thing is that you have to know about your soul. But the second thing is you have to know about two dharmas. The dharma of the body and the dharma of the soul. And dharma of the soul should take the precedence after you have completed your activities. Uh, I think that's really it goes back to the same basic teaching, and those people who take on to this obviously will not have any problem. Those people who, and then I think Srimad Bhagavatam is just giving more details and supplementing on Swadharma and Sanatan Dharma. That whatsoever Swadharma, like you were saying, that dharma of body, your children, your duties and all that. But the Sanatan Dharma should still be there and practiced at the same time. And slowly, gradually, Sanatan Dharma takes over from the body, or Swadharma, and then continue that path. Once you've fulfilled your other duties.
Yes, so that statement will also come later. Uh, Even if one is acquiring or aspiring for yoga, aspiring for jnana, yoga here, Astanga yoga, or aspiring for being perfected in karma yoga, doesn't matter whatever the aspirations are, he should engage in bhakti,
Okay.
because bhakti can fulfill the other inferior goals,
Yes.
but it can also lead to the higher goal.
Yes.
And Bhagavad Gita is instruction of Krishna, and Bhagavatam is same instruction. So Bhagavad Gita is instruction from Lord Hari, and Bhagavatam is concerning Hari. So the teaching has been presented in a more story format so that we can ultimately come to Ananya Bhakti. So Grantha is, there are many types of Grantha or scripture. There is Prabhu Samhita, there is Maitri Samhita, and there is Bharaya Samhita. So Prabhu Samhita are those scriptures which are presented in form of sutra, like Brahma Samhita or Vedas. They are presented in form of sutra, aphorism that we say. Atato Brahm Jigyasa, Tamso Majotirgamya. These are the aphorism. But that doesn't really communicate a lot. So the same teaching are presented in Maitri Samhita. Srimad Bhagavatam is Maitri Samhita, where the story is presented in form of uh, pastimes, different incarnations of Supreme Personality of Godhead, their
Yes.
teachings, so that we can be like a friend. Like a friend is talking to a friend. And third category is Bhara Samhita, where the Samhita is serving to the reader, Pancharat, Panchtatra, where there are examples of animals and other aphorism, other small examples are given where you can very easily understand. For example, the story between a squirrel and turtle, like that. A jackal and the other animals of the forest. So many eloquent pictorial, very charming way of, like, for the kids book that we say, right? Bhara Samhita. Those Samhita teaching is the same. Teaching is not going to be different, but how user can access it, how user can grasp it. Shastra and Acharya basically brings it down. So teaching of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is right. Says the Bhagavad Gita talks about Guni Bhuta Bhakti, talks about Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, talks about Ananya Bhakti. But ultimately, it focuses on Ananya Bhakti. Sradharman Pariteja Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Bhagavatam does not talk much about Guni Bhuta Bhakti. It talks about Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti and Ananya Bhakti. And finally, it concludes every chapter, every story, every context. It concludes about Ananya Bhakti. Chaitanya
Right.
Charitamrita only talks about Ananya Bhakti. There is no Guni Bhuta Bhakti. There is no Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. So these scriptures have intent. It's targeting certain goal, but then it has its own theme and it has its own context. So Bhagavatam is expanded version of the teaching that is presented by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you.
So I would like to adjourn here. Vanchkalpataru Bhesha Kripa Sindhu Vayavasha Patitanam Pavadebhya Vaishnava Namo Nand Koti Vaishnava Vind ki Jai
Thank you,
Samar
sir.
Bhakta Vind ki Jai. Thank you, Hare Krishna.